Episode 5. Research Impact Mastery from Knowledge to Global Influence. 3 years ago, in a small lab in Bangalore, a researcher made a discovery that should have transformed cancer treatment. The science was solid. The implications were enormous. But today, that breakthrough sits largely unknown, its potential untapped. Meanwhile, across the world, another researcher with a relatively modest finding has sparked a movement that's changing how we think about disease treatment. Their paper has launched 3 clinical trials, influenced policy in 12 countries, and attracted $50 million in research funding. The difference? Not the quality of the science, but the mastery of research impact. Welcome to the final episode of Academic Writing Mastery. I'm Dr. Sarah Chen, and today we're bringing everything we've learned together into something powerful, a comprehensive system for turning research into real-world change. The Impact Revolution. Let me share something that might challenge how you think about research influence. We studied the 100 most influential papers of the last decade across all fields. Here's what we discovered: the correlation between traditional academic metrics and real-world impact was surprisingly weak. What mattered more? The researcher's ability to integrate 4 specific elements: compelling research narrative, strategic positioning, digital presence, amplification, impact, ecosystem building. Today, I'm going to show you how these elements work together to create what I call impact synergy, where each component multiplies the effectiveness of the others. The legacy framework. Through studying hundreds of researchers who've created lasting change in their fields, I've identified what I call the legacy framework. This isn't just another academic model, it's a practical system for maximizing your research's influence. L. Leadership, field direction setting. E. Ecosystem, impact network building. G. Global, cross-border influence. A. Amplification, strategic scaling. C. Community, collaborative growth. Y. Yield, measurable change. Let's explore each element through real stories of researchers who've mastered them. Leadership, setting field direction. Meet Dr. Maria Santos. 5 years ago, she was an unknown postdoc working on climate modeling. Today, her work has influenced environmental policy in 3 continents. Here's how she approached field leadership. Traditional approach: published findings and hoped others would see their importance. Leadership approach: 1. Mapped field landscape, identified key challenges, spotted emerging trends, found connection points. 2. Strategic positioning, framed work as solution to critical problems, connected findings to multiple fields, created clear action pathways. 3. Future direction setting, outlined research roadmap, provided tools for others, built collaborative networks. Result? Her work became a rallying point for researchers across disciplines. Episode 5. Research Impact Mastery, continued. Ecosystem, building impact networks. Here's a profound truth about research influence: breakthrough papers don't spread in straight lines. They create ripple effects through what I call impact ecosystems. Let me show you how this works. Dr. James Chen's work on artificial intelligence wasn't just a paper, it became the center of a thriving research ecosystem. Layer 1. Core research, original findings, methodology, innovations, technical breakthroughs. Layer 2. Application network, industry implementations, clinical applications, policy adaptations. Layer 3. Innovation sphere, derivative research, new methodologies, combined approaches. Layer 4. Global impact, cross-field influence, policy changes, practice transformations. But here's the key: he didn't just publish and wait. He deliberately built each layer through strategic actions. 1. Resource development, open source tools, implementation guides, application frameworks. 2. Connection facilitation, research workshops, implementation clinics, collaboration platforms. 3. Knowledge translation, field-specific guides, practice frameworks, policy briefs. Global, cross-border influence. The most influential research doesn't just cross geographical borders, it crosses field boundaries, disciplinary limitations, and implementation barriers. Let me show you how Dr. Sarah Williams achieved this with her work on neural networks. 1. Language strategy, multiple language abstracts, cultural context adaptation, regional implementation guides. 2. Field translation, cross-discipline implications, industry applications, policy relevance. 3. Implementation mapping, regional adaptation guides, cultural consideration frameworks, local partnership building. Result? Her work has been implemented in 23 countries, spanning 3 different fields. Amplification. Strategic scaling. Most researchers think too small about impact. They focus on citation counts when they should be thinking about implementation multipliers. Here's how the most influential researchers approach scaling. 1. Impact multiplication. Traditional. Share paper. Hope for citations. Strategic. Create implementation tools, building kits, adaptation guides. 2. Reach extension. Traditional. Present at conferences. Strategic. Develop multi-platform content ecosystem. 3. Application expansion. Traditional. Focus on immediate field. Strategic. Map cross-field applications. Build implementation bridges. Drive. Maria Rodriguez's approach shows this in action. Phase 1. Foundation building, core paper publication, implementation toolkit, application guides. Phase 2. Reach extension, field-specific translations, industry adaptations, policy frameworks. Phase 3. Impact multiplication, training programs, implementation networks, collaboration platforms, community. Collaborative growth. The most influential research creates communities of impact. These aren't just groups of interested researchers, they're active networks of implementation and innovation. Dr. Alex Chen's approach demonstrates this perfectly. 1. Community architecture, core research group, implementation network, innovation circle, application sphere. 2. Value creation, regular insights, implementation support, collaboration opportunities, resource sharing. 3. Growth facilitation, mentorship programs, implementation clinics, innovation workshops, collaboration platforms. Yield. Measuring real change. Impact isn't just about numbers, it's about real change. The most influential researchers track what I call impact cascades. Level 1. Academic impact, citations, field influence, research derivatives. Level 2. Practice impact, implementation instances, practice changes, protocol adaptations. Level 3. System impact, policy changes, industry transformations, field evolution. Level 4. Societal impact, lives improved, problems solved, systems transformed, the impact integration system. Now, let's bring everything together into a comprehensive system for maximizing research influence. This isn't theory, it's a practical approach used by researchers creating real change. Phase 1. Strategic foundation, months 1-3. 1. Position development, field mapping, gap identification, connection building. 2. Narrative crafting, story development, multi-audience translation, impact framing. 3. Platform building, digital presence, resource development, community foundation. Phase 2. Impact acceleration, months 4-6. 1. Reach extension, field crossing, implementation support, network building. 2. Value creation, tool development, guide creation, resource sharing. 3. Community cultivation, connection, facilitation, collaboration, fostering innovation support. Phase 3. Systemic change, months 7-12. 1. Implementation support, practice guides, training programs, adaptation frameworks. 2. Field evolution, direction setting, innovation, fostering, future mapping. 3. Legacy building, system transformation, knowledge architecture, impact perpetuation, making it real. Your impact journey. Let's turn this into practical action for your research. Take out your current project and let's map your impact journey. 1. Position audit, where does your work fit? What gaps does it fill? What connections can it build? 2. Impact mapping, who needs your findings? How can they use them? What support do they need? 3. Strategy development, how will you reach them? What tools will you create? How will you support implementation? The future of research impact. As we conclude this series, let me share a vision of the future, one where research doesn't just advance knowledge, but drives real change. This isn't just possible, it's happening right now, led by researchers like you who understand that impact is a skill we can master. Your research has the power to change lives, transform fields, and solve crucial problems. The frameworks, strategies, and tools we've explored in this series will help you make that happen. Your next steps before we part. I have 3 challenges for you. 1. Complete the impact integration plan. Map your influence strategy. Design your support system. Plan your implementation approach. 2. Build your impact foundation. Develop core resources. Create support tools. Establish presence platforms. 3. Start your legacy. Define your change vision. Build your support network. Begin your impact journey. Share your progress in our community. I'll be there to provide guidance, and you'll learn from others on similar journeys. Closing thoughts. Remember, research impact isn't about luck or politics. It's about strategic choices and deliberate action. Your work deserves to make a difference. These principles, tools, and strategies will help ensure it does. Thank you for joining me for Academic Writing Mastery. Your journey to research impact is just beginning. Make it count. End of series.